back to Passion Tea, my channel where I yap about self-love, lifestyle, music, and pop culture. I wanted to do a reading today because we're officially in Leo season. I have recorded this a few times and I don't know, I always feel like the message didn't even, not even that it didn't get through, but that I just took like such a long time. Now let's see what's in the cards for Leo season. Ooh. Okay. That's actually a lot of cards I might not even need anymore. Ooh, okay, ooh, there's a lot in here. Okay, so if you've been seeking outside help, it's divinely guided. That's what I'm seeing so far. Great. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to is going through it. Seems like whatever you've been going through has been to connect you deeper to yourself. Maybe even to connect you to whatever triggers that might be still being affected right now. Because it says one of the cards is who or what is triggering you. So it's definitely meant for you to look deeper into that, whatever feelings are coming up, where that feeling came from. Um, Ooh. Have you not been getting your self care in? It seems like, okay, so Cancer season was rough. Like, rough emotionally. We just got all of Mercury retrograde, and that shit made Cancer season even worse. Cancer season is always the fucking worst for me, but this Cancer season seemed to. Ooh. Like, that's all I can fucking say is that it just felt like every day was something. If you have not been getting your self care in, I got 2 cards of confirmation. Fill up your well and take a break. It seems like that you and your rest and not even luxury, but like taking care of yourself is really important right now, which is honestly on point because Leo season is all about feeling yourself, giving yourself that confidence. So if Cancer season like seemed to rip like your happiness, your confidence, your positive energy away, then Leo season is a perfect time to replenish. I do feel like you still have to get in touch with what Cancer season was trying to teach you, because even at the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing how can you mother yourself. And Cancer season is the divine feminine, the mothering energy, very nurturing. Sometimes, though, the triggers put us back in our shells. So if you've been feeling like you've been wanting to get outside, again, Leo season is the perfect time for that. Basically, if you pray, if you are spiritual in general, and you've been looking for some guidance, know that it's divinely guided. You are supposed to be connecting to yourself right now and taking a break. It seems like water, beach day. It doesn't have to be beach day because I have a pool like right in front of me. So if you have a pool, if you have water, like, and I feel like it's, it could be hydrating. For those who haven't been drinking your water, drink your water. But I feel like if you haven't, then I feel like a journey to some water is pretty much on point right now. It's giving beach because of the nature all around it, any cliffs, mountaintops. But you might have to just take like a little bit of a solo trip to the beach. You don't have to, but like if you go see the water and you are with friends, then take a little moment to yourself to connect to the water. Even this card has water. Your vibration is rising. So this is probably somebody who has been going through it and using that energy for the better. If you have been looking for some guidance, it seems like the connection might have to be with what you were learning for Cancer season. Everything that was happening to you is for you, for our good, for our growth, probably for your high vibration rising. Time to get back into the health routines for our self-care. Let's eat a little bit more fruit. I know that the cyclospora, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, is going around right now. So please be intentional with what you choose. It's with the fruits. I feel like the fruits are a little bit more safer than the vegetables because it was the iceberg lettuce that was mostly the problem. But again, there is news coming out every day about health, about what we should be eating, about what we need to watch out for when it comes to eating. So I do feel like please be aware and wash your fruit. If you have not been back on your shit, I feel like try to get back onto it, especially if it helps your confidence for Leo season. Fitness. If you don't have a gym membership, get what was it? I felt like walking, sometimes swimming is good for our health. Hydration in general, drinking way more water. Let's see. Let me see if I can get a little bit more. I usually use 3 decks, but So Mitch came out with this first deck that I'm just like, okay, maybe I don't even have to. But this is tarot, so it might get a little bit more like detail on what this is entailing. Ooh, oh, okay, so this is... Okay, so I got 5 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, so... You've been in your head. Cancer season put you in like a mind, like if you're, especially if you're used to overthinking like I am, it seems like Cancer season puts you in a a bit of a frenzy when it came to the emotions. I felt like there's a lot of overthinking, a lot of overwhelm. If you can see his face, he looked a little too caught up in his thoughts. I feel like you might have been in your head a little bit more when it came to Cancer season. Especially if you're an introvert or you're somebody who is like still healing from past frustration and anger and challenges. You're probably going through challenges right now. Seems like quiet time might also be a little bit intentional, especially because a lot of these cards I'm seeing one person. There's one person right there. Inner Temple does have 2, but it's a bit of a reflection because it is more about self-reflecting, reflection again, and mirror. So it seems like you've been triggered by people, and maybe even people that you don't necessarily get along with, maybe co-workers at work, maybe family members, roommates. Anybody that you're around that seems to, that maybe you're usually in flow with, or you're used to being around a lot of people, maybe even my social butterflies who are used to being around a lot of people. Cancer season, you were either around the wrong people, or if you're used to being around people, for some reason you were just like, I'm not feeling it. You could be feeling it right now. Like maybe you've survived most of Cancer season being around people, and now that it's getting to Leo season, you're just like, I'm not feeling it. And it's mostly, a lot of these cards do have just one person. So I'm feeling like you're going through like, and it, because of Inner Temple, it's probably a journey like of self. So inside, it might even be in your head. Like you might be going through this journey in your mind, like you're growing internally, so you might need a little bit more quiet time. You might just be feeling overwhelmed because you're still not 100% sure like what's going on exactly, and that's why you needed guidance. It doesn't have to be me. It could also be a therapist if you need to talk to somebody, a friend, someone that you're used to coming to. But I do feel like it's like higher knowing. Somebody that knows a little bit more, has a little bit more wisdom, maybe a parent if you haven't talked to your parent for a minute, but if maybe you also got triggered by your parent. Not to say necessarily that what they're saying isn't trying to help, but it just might be causing a little bit more challenges for you. But 10 of Pentacles is coming like maybe you need to spend time with with family. Maybe you need to spend time with friends. Maybe you've been spending a little too much time by yourself. Maybe you've been isolating, or you isolated yourself for Cancer season. So it might be time for you to spend some time with family. Again, Leo season is the perfect time to be social. It's the perfect time to be back outside. Even if you need to just have a little bit of fun. I'm seeing of different ages, so it might be time to spend some time with family. If you have a pet, then it might be time to like get some time with your pet. If you have kids, this is the perfect time for that as well. It just seems like a very social energy, so it's either giving like a balance between spending time with people and spending time with yourself, or it might be if you've been too isolated, then it's probably time to spend some time around family. If you have been used to being social for Cancer season, then I feel like it might be like the opposite, like a little bit of time to yourself. But it seems like Ten of Pentacles is usually like a very positive card, so I'm kind of feeling like it has more to do with spending more time with people, finding joy in spending time, even going to community events, social gatherings. Maybe an event is coming up that you wanted to go to. But it seems like if you're like used to being an introvert, then it might be time to like even just spend time around people. Like it is okay to be like in a social environment but still keep to yourself. But that's up to you. If you've been wanting to spend more time with people, then this is the perfect time. And it could be a group of friends. I'm feeling like community. You might need community right now, or yeah, it's giving more so that, because I know that I was saying that it could be the opposite, and it still possibly could be. So take what resonates, but I don't know. All of these cards are giving, like, you might have even been on this journey for a while now. Like, it might have been a trying time. Maybe this year, like the first, 7-8 months of the year has been a challenging time, and you've been spending more time with yourself. So it might be time to finally get some good social energy in. And I'm not talking about any energy. I'm talking about who you feel joyful around. Even if you just need some joy, there are free movies. There's movies on the beach. If you're close to a beach, or if you can get to a beach, there are movies at the beach. It doesn't have to be that event in particular, but I'm seeing a lot of water. So it might even been Cancer season like completely drowned you in this overwhelming energy. You might have been in your head a lot. You might have been going through emotions a lot. So you've probably been drowning. Maybe even drowning in self-reflection. That's why you're so overwhelmed, is because you're trying to get the messages, you're trying to get the lessons learned from Cancer season, even just from the past half of the year. You've been trying to make sure that you're on the right path, and you definitely are. Just keep trusting. If I can get any more. You might be releasing like a past cycle. Like, it seems like you might not, because with the world, it's something it's not done. So you're still going through it. Leo season might bring out like a different energy of that time. Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of moon cards too. The full moon is sometime this week. I actually think if it's not today, then it might be tomorrow or the day before, but I just saw the moon and it's almost full. So that means it's either tonight or tomorrow. And that might be also what was triggering you, or helping triggers, because even, what was it? I think we just got into Saturn retrograde, which is so... Even just talking about retrogrades is so fucking frustrating, because we just came out of Mercury. Mercury just went shadow, and now I think Saturn went retrograde, I think yesterday. I think yesterday was the first day that Saturn was in retrograde, so yeah. Not to say that it's not going to get better, especially because your vibration is rising, but depending on the type of energy that you've been putting out for this year, Saturn might be here to give you a little bit more. again, it is happening to you. I mean, it is happening for you, not to you. Because we all get into the, I definitely do, get into why is this happening to me? Why is so much shit happening to me? Is it because of something? Is it because, so you might not even be hanging out with the right people if you have been being social, or not even in the right environment. So I feel like you might need a little bit more of that peace, of that joy, and your vibration is definitely rising. So it seems like whatever has been happening has been working. It's just probably been, again, hell mentally. And now it's time to invoke some joy. But this challenge also, now that I'm getting from the these two cards, and these two cards came out at the same time, is that this might, like, spending time with your family, or with certain friends, or with at work. If you've been spending more time at work and you've been feeling overwhelmed, it probably has been a trying time. But I feel like you also might be triggered, like, mentally, because of who you hang out with. This might have to do with being a little bit more selective with who you spend your time with. If you took Cancer season to spend more time social, or even past Cancer season, have you been spending a lot of time around people for this last few months? Have you been spending more time with people, and are those people good for you? Like, have you been feeling triggered constantly by these people? And it not even, like, because triggers usually are trying to teach us something, but depending on the kind of trigger, like, if it's been bringing out insecurities, if you've been, like, if they've been kind of, like, saying some shit that kind of makes you feel bad about yourself, or has you in your head a lot, you might have to be a little bit more selective with who you're spending your time with at this time. But it also could be for your good. Like, if you've been wanting to grow and you've been feeling like, you have a group of friends who seem like they have their shit together, and you feel like you don't have your shit together, honestly, it's good. It's good that you're feeling that way, because it kind of triggers us to grow, or triggers us to get back into our shit. And yeah, it's about learning the difference between, like, who is for us and who is against us, because you might not even know. Putting yourself in this mental mode of like, who do I need to hang out with? Maybe you're even trying to figure out, like, you might be triggered around your friends, and you're trying to, and you might be second guessing if that is a good friend group or not. If you've been second guessing it, I'm kind of feeling like, depending on the trigger, that's why it's time for you to get to the bottom of those triggers, is that depending on the trigger, that group of friends might not be for you. But if they're triggering your growth, then that's more positive, and that means that you are supposed to be spending time. It's just that they're meant to trigger you because they're meant to trigger the best in you. They're meant to trigger you to get back into your self-care routines. Yeah, I'm feeling like routines, meditation. If you were meditating and you fell off and now you have friends who meditate, it's like you might be around people who are, because I'm getting joy. It doesn't have to necessarily be joy, but you might be spending more time around people who have their shit together, and it might trigger you, and it should trigger you to get back into your into the routines that were healthy for you. If you've been spending time around people who might be like, it might seem joyful, but then mentally you're like this, then that might mean you might have to spend a little bit more time with yourself. It might not even necessarily mean that your friends aren't good for you, but you probably need some hermit time. And usually Cancer season does trigger that in us. But I don't know, because I got fire signs who are a little bit more social. And so sometimes it takes a little bit more time to get them in hermit mode, because they're so social. So if you're not used to spending time with yourself, if you're not used to, like, a regular routine of self-reflection, You might need that. You might need that, especially because Cancer is also a hermit energy, like coming back into your shell. So you might need to get to the bottom of what this is, and it doesn't necessarily have to be good or bad. Ooh. That was a June bug. I'm like making sure that I have to get my ass back in the house. I'm sorry. I'm a nature girly, but bugs scare me. But what was it? Ooh, dragonfly too. It seems okay. So June bugs are actually a positive sign of prosperity and abundance. And I feel like if you've been wanting to create a project, like for my creatives, if you've been wanting to build a project, or even if you've been wanting to get back outside because you want to network, this is the perfect time for that. You have to get out of your head and get outside. Let's see. I might pull one of my other cards just to see if there's anything else. But it kind of seems like that's what it is. Like there's multiple messages here, but it's more about either being triggered by the right people or the wrong people. Either way, it's for your good. It's like your vibration is rising in general. But if those people, if you've been kind of second guessing whether or not your friend group or the community or environment or your family members, roommates are not good for you, then I feel like that this guidance is meant. And you might have to take a little bit more time with yourself so that you can find the right people. Even if you're finding the right environments, like if you're used to going to the club or to the bar every time to get some self-care or to get some, to be some social time, then it's time to actually go to some other events. Let's find some healthier events. There are movie nights, there are networking events, there are coffee dates, there are ice cream dates, there are look for the right ones. Even ask if you're spiritual and you've been wanting to get out and you're just not sure where to go. Ask, and you will definitely receive answers. I might be a part of your answer, but I also might be like what triggers you to actually go searching more for these goods. Okay, hold on. I didn't want multiple cards coming out because it just makes the message even. Oh, okay, this is meant to come out. Ooh, new moon in Leo season. Okay, so confidence is your key to success. Okay, so this is, first of all, I love how that came out because it definitely goes with what I was saying. Again, if you've been feeling like you have not been having the confidence lately, then Leo season is the perfect time to get outside, spend more time with friends, gain that confidence again, but also balance spending time with yourself and getting to the bottom of what has been triggering you. Why have you not been feeling confident? Are you spending too much time alone? Are you not getting out enough? Is it work? Is it your friend group? I'm feeling like it has something to do with social, but it might be for my introverts who are used to spending time with themselves. Maybe even because you've had past trauma of not spending your time with the right people, or having friend groups that just weren't aligned with you. This is a perfect time to find some friends, make some friends. Confidence is your key to success. Say hi. Even there are online social groups that I've been wanting to connect with a little bit more, or maybe you're a part of some social groups but you don't socialize enough. So it's time to say hi. It's time to commit a little bit more to some social energy. But a new romantic cycle begins, which is so funny because Libra season is in a few months too. And Leo and Libra season pretty much are the perfect time for social butterflies, perfect time for confidence, for beauty. Take a break. Yeah, so if you are a business babe like me, you might have been used to being alone a little bit more, and I feel like it's the perfect time for you to become more social. Again, if you've been wanting to build a team, if you've been wanting to collaborate, then get out, say hi. What was it? Ask around. If you're on social media, like ask for some groups. I don't be on Facebook a lot anymore, but Facebook definitely has groups. Instagram is now getting groups. If you're on Threads, like ask questions. And you will receive however you can, even if it's not from the answer from somebody else. If you actually pay attention, there is stuff going on everywhere, especially if you're in LA. I'm actually in OC, but I still hear about so much shit that's going on in LA. So keep your mind open. Try to get out of your head when it comes to like what exactly to do. If you have questions, definitely ask, and ask out in the open. Like, you can definitely think it, but ask out in the open and you will definitely receive the answer. But a new romantic cycle begins. It could be, if you've been wanting to date, this is the perfect time. You might need a little bit more confidence, energy before you get out there, but this is definitely the perfect time. Libra season is the perfect time. So if you've been feeling a lack of confidence, you might need a couple months to gain that confidence back, and then you can start dating again in Libra season. But romantic definitely does not mean just relationships. This is just for those who are looking for in love. And I feel like there is still a little bit of healing from Cancer season that has to be done. In order for you to find the answers that you're looking for. But I feel like because 10 of Pentacles came out specifically, it could definitely mean being social. But even if you've been wanting to build a family, and get out there and actually find somebody that you could build a family with, that's possible. Definitely possible. But you do need the confidence in order to do it. Everything, if you've been overwhelmed with past stuff, because even Cancer season can have you swimming, especially Mercury retrograde has us swimming in the past. If exes came up, if maybe somebody that you dated, ex-friends, that doesn't necessarily mean, though, that's why we have to get in touch with ourselves, because most of the time when Mercury retrograde comes up and somebody is coming back from the past, it's usually a test to figure out if it's something, if that person is even for you, or if you've passed the test that it is that you're trying to learn. And I feel like with the world reversed, I feel like you might have to make sure you're being very intentional about who you're spending your time with right now, especially if you're actually trying to manifest a family. If you're trying to manifest a family, then that doesn't mean just because your ex came back that you need to be digging right back into that. No, you have to really make sure that this person is for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that every challenge that happens is oh, this person is toxic or this person isn't good for me, but it's all about how intentional you are, how intentional the communication is, and if that person is even willing to communicate on a healthy level. If you've been trying your best and it just seems like this just ain't working out, then it isn't meant to. It's meant to trigger you so that you can get to the bottom of what it is that this person is trying to teach you, so that you can have a family with someone else. It doesn't mean try to make it work with this person. Only work with this person if this person is on your healthy level, and if they're actually trying to work it out. And that means on a healthy level. If they did something, then that means that they're going to apologize and take accountability for it. That does not mean, it means that they have changed behavior, because that's something that we sometimes get used to as well, is that we fall back into old shit just because the person is giving us, or outside giving us what we're wanting. But are they on that path with you? Are you both on that same level to where you both have the same level of consistency and commitment? If you can tell that you're a little bit more committed or a little bit more consistent with the self-care routines, with therapy, with therapeutic tactics, with healthy communication, if you're the only one who is used to that, and this is a friendship, this is a relationship, possible relationship, friendship, family, everything. If you can tell that you're giving more energy than you're getting back, then that's pretty much a clue that this is not where you need to be, and you need to start finding healthier places, healthier people to hang out with. And sometimes that does just mean getting back out there and getting out of your head and spending more time outside and getting more used to being a little bit more social. Now, for introverts, I know that is easier said than done, but if you're a creative, if you're a business person, I completely understand, but that's what's going to help you, especially when it comes to raising your vibration and going to where you actually want to go, is that socializing and collaborating. Like, that's definitely a thing right now, and it's necessary for our growth, it's necessary for our health. That's why if you've been spending too much time with yourself, then it probably is time to be around people a little bit and get out and enjoy a different environment than your usual safe haven of being at home, okay? Okay, that was the clearest message, clearest messages that I feel like I've gotten. I hope that everybody got the message that they needed. I hope that that was clear enough. I hope that that you find the community, that you find the networking event, that you have a little bit of fun for Leo season, because that's what fun is for. And if you feel like you can't get out for Leo season because things are just not balancing right now, then wait until Libra season. You need a couple months to get it together, even mentally, physically, but I feel like it's more so mental, because Cancer season, like, I say that like it's a cuss word. Cancer season usually tends to take us out of our element and put us back in our shells. So, and sometimes it, even depending on the triggers, and Mercury retrograde in Cancer was hell, at least for me. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get back into that, but give yourself that time. I feel like give yourself the self-care first and boost your confidence, and then everything else will follow forward, all right? I love you guys. I pray a good next few months, Leo season, Virgo season, and Libra season. I pray that you get everything that you want. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all next time.